I've been hard of hearing for a while, so most of the people in my life know I'm hard of hearing. I'm blessed. I get to wear hearing aids and they help me, and it makes my life a lot easier. I've done a lot of work on myself throughout the years, and most of my work is based in finding your voice, being able to stand in your truth and stand in your power and be authentic with yourself, with your needs. So I've been working on this stuff for a really long time, 30 years. And the other day, I didn't understand what someone said, someone I love, someone I was close to. And I asked them to repeat what they said, and I still didn't understand it. And I didn't ask again. And it dawned on me a little bit later, because my life is filled with these things where I don't understand what someone says and I'll ask them to repeat it. And often I don't understand what they say. And I always have a choice then to ask again or to just go on my way. And most of the time, even now, even with all the work I've done on finding my voice and all the changes that I've made within myself, it is still hard for me to ask that second time because I feel like I'm putting that person out. Most of the people that I have these problems with are people who know my situation and love me. So it really dawned on me just how hard it is to overcome these things. I'm so grateful I can ask the first time, because years ago I wouldn't have. But the truth is, most people don't spend their time worried about the hard of hearing. They just don't. Our words meld into each other. We mumble a lot. We don't even realize we're doing it. And that's okay. Throughout our day, most people understand in our regular interactions. But for those of us who are hard of hearing, this is a constant decision to stand in your power and ask again. So I was in a long-term relationship with someone who was very frustrated by my being hard of hearing. And I understand it's frustrating to have to repeat yourself. It's frustrating to have to look at someone and use your lips in order for them to understand what you're saying, even with their hearing aids on. So I understand it's frustrating. So there's this dynamic that occurred over time where I became afraid to ask. And in my unwillingness to ask again, I missed a lot of things and I made a lot of mistakes in my life based on information that other people thought I had that I really didn't have. So when I had this situation recently where I didn't ask again, and this is someone who knows my situation and understands what I go through, it was really hard to admit, I don't know what you said. I don't know what you said. And that person thought they were being clearer, but to me, their words mumbled into each other. Sometimes I've had friends in the past who get frustrated because after a while I could figure out what they said. Have you ever gone underwater, spoken with someone? If you go underwater, you can say a sentence and the other person can hear that sentence. But it takes a minute to translate it. And that's what my life is like a lot of the times. So I will hear it. I won't understand you. But if I wait, maybe sometimes I can translate it. And that's what I spend a lot of time doing. But sometimes I just can't. I just can't. And it doesn't matter that I wear hearing aids and they're really good and they're made for me. And when we're in a situation where there's a lot of noise around, hearing aids are only so good. And I feel like sometimes the universe put me in this situation because I teach people how to step into their power, that the universe is always reminding me that I have to step into it as well. And it's not easy. It's a constant lesson. The thing is, lessons are cyclical. The things that we get better at are cyclical. We'll get them and the universe will say, okay, it's time for you to step up your game. So you'll step up your game and then you'll hang out there for a while and then the universe will give you another opportunity. So I could have seen it like a failure. I could have looked at what happened and said, wow, I'm really not stepping into my power. I'm really not doing the work I need to do. But instead, I saw it as an opportunity. And I really did say, oh, wow, the universe is constantly giving me opportunities to tweak my joy, to tweak my willingness to really enjoy my life. Because when you stand up for yourself in those little ways and you say, I don't understand this, I don't know, and allow yourself to be vulnerable, you'll figure out really quickly who you're allowed to be vulnerable with or not. And thankfully, I have people in my life who, if I have to ask 2 or 3 times, are willing to be a little self-reflective too and say, maybe I need to look at you a little bit more when I speak. Maybe I need to enunciate my words and articulate my words. And I wanted to share that today because I do feel like we all struggle with things. Some of our struggles take a lot of work. And so the universe is going to always give you opportunities to step into your power. And it's okay if you need to ask another time. And if you're hard of hearing and you're listening to this, ask 3 times. They should be clearer. So if you really want to learn how to take your power back and step into your joy and let go of those behaviors and thoughts that are no longer effective or working for you, give me a call. You can check me out at kimbazella.com. You can find my course, the Rapid Relationship Repair Toolkit, in the description bar. It's at Udemy. It's a great way to start changing patterns of thinking and behavior in order to step into your power. And you could also work one-on-one with me in my program, Supercharge Your Relationship. It's all about stepping into the real version of you, the authentic version of you, and letting go of those things that are no longer serving you. And really finding joy in your life and in your relationships. Regardless, remember that life is super short, so please be kind to each other, have fun in life, and love everything. Thanks.